Okay, awesome. Guys, we are recording. Hi, everybody. How is everyone doing tonight? My name is Brandi Cromwell. I'm an ambassador diamond with the business. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, right outside of that in a little town called Huntersville. And I am so excited to introduce myself, but more importantly, introduce you guys to all these amazing ladies that won this week on the call. They each won $500. Can we just give them a round of applause? Because I know a lot of us were all shooting for that. And, whether I win or lose, it doesn't matter. I'm always cheering somebody on because they worked hard for that. And so we want to hear from these ladies tonight and hear what they're doing, what they're sending, what they're messaging, what is their mindset, and really just soak in everything that they did once they're going to tell you tonight. Soak that all in and really just learn from it. And I love using this as an example. There's no difference between you and the people that are going to talk tonight. All they've done is learn more and worked harder. They've learned more and they've worked harder and they've dedicated so much time in this business. And we all know that that pays long-term residual income, guys. So, all right, we have a very special person going first. You guys may know her as Black Diamond, but she is double ambassador, Stefani Dunn. We're gonna go ahead and ask her to start her video. Let's go ahead and see if I can add spotlight. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and unmute. Okay, this is new. I'm not used to this new update, so I'm still trying to figure it out, but you should be good to go. We would love to hear from you about what you did this week, what's working for you, and all your steps and systems to enroll.
Hi guys, I am Stefani Dunn. I'm excited to be with everybody that won over the last week. It's always just fun to see who is out there working. And first I want to tell you guys a little bit about who I am. I'm Stefani Dunn. I've been with the company for you guys almost 12 years. I am Black Diamond, double ambassador. I'm really all of the things. So I started as a distributor and worked my way all the way up. And it takes work and it takes consistency and it takes discipline. And I think those are some key things when you're hearing some of these ladies tonight. What we did is we put in the work and we stayed focused and we stayed in our lane. So one of the things I really wanted to make sure you guys knew as you're hearing from people is don't compare yourself, but learn from everyone. That's something that sometimes I can get my own head, you guys, and go, oh my gosh, they enrolled, 70 distributors in a month. Like, that's not me, but I stay in my lane. I know what I want to do every single day, and I'm focused on the steps. And so something that I've got the questions here too, Brittany. So if I forget something, just shoot at me, but I'll try to knock everything out in less than 10 minutes. But I want you guys to know this. You got to get your calendar out and you got to know what you want to do. Regardless if there's a contest or not, you should know where you're going. If you don't have a plan, you're not going to get there. And so to be a recruiter, a top recruiter in this at all, is you need to know, I'm going to do this. I'm going for a customer day. I'm going for a distributor day, whatever that is. And don't just settle with sending 20 messages out or getting up a post and being content with that. There's going to be a lot more work that's involved. And so when you hear this, if you really want to do this, this is tough love. This is people that put in a lot of work. It's not like the skies opened and everything just fell into their lap. So I really want to make sure you know that if you want, 8 distributors this month, then break it down by week and break that down by day. And what do those days look like? What do those weeks look like? What is your hours that you have to commit to this? So if you want to be a top recruiter and, you only have maybe 5 hours a week, you got to really dedicate and be focused on your time and have blinders on of not worrying about what everybody else is doing and doing the best that you can do and look back and go, did I do my best? And here's why is I'm competing against some pretty heavy hitters all the time. They're massive recruiters all the time. And I said this before, even in a couple of their Zooms, is I almost counted myself out because I'm like, man, do I even try? And so don't think that doesn't happen to number one earner, somebody that's been in a company for 12 years is fear can creep in to anyone. And you can't allow that. And that's where mindset at the end of this that I'll kind of let you guys know is have that will to go, I'm going to give it my all because it just gets you that much closer to your goal. Even if you don't hit it, you're going to be that much closer. So I want to keep that in mind when I'm going for this, because I know one of the questions was, how many did you enroll? And I'm looking back at the week and going, I'm not really sure what I enrolled that week, but I know overall, like for the weekend, I did 5 distributors and I think I brought in about 10 loyal customers. So not anything crazy. And for the week, I'll have to go back and like actually look at my numbers, but it wasn't like something like crazy, like 70 distributors. And so what I want you to know is I'm a very consistent, disciplined enroller. And I can go, okay, this is what I want to do. And I want to push myself and I want to compete with my own self. So you guys that are on here, first off, the ones that come on, congratulations. I know that some of you knocked it out of the park and it inspires me. It shows people that you can do anything that you want to do, but I don't compare. I just stay in my lane, do what I can do, and I challenge myself the next month to do more. So I want to make sure you're competing with yourself and being inspired by everybody that's doing this, because with the work ethic that you want, you can go out and create whatever you want. And we don't know when the message, when the TikTok, when the Instagram reel, when that moment comes to where you just blow up, but you've got to be consistent in doing the work. So for me, if this is something that you can do, is set a timer. If you need to do 100 messages a day, you guys, there's days where I do a lot more. If I haven't signed somebody, I may send out 300, 400, 500 messages and not get anything. And I don't look at that as being discouraged. I look at it, I put in the work and it's going to happen. They're going to look at that. They're going to see it. I'm going to have more follow-ups to even do later on. So remember to stay in the work, do the work, whether you feel like it or not, be disciplined in that. So a couple of things I would do is set a timer, 20 to 25 per hour. So if your timer goes off, you have that set 5 times throughout the day. That's 5 different hours that you're going to send out 25 messages on all platforms. Okay. I want to make sure that you do that. I got to go back to I kind of started backwards. What works for me is going to be a little bit different for everybody. And I love that there's distributor all the way up to double ambassador sharing, because you guys, I'm confident. I know that this business changes lives. I've seen it for 12 years. It's changed mine and it's changed everybody else's. And so when I come into this, I'm just real with them and I let them know, when I have a post out, or if I see somebody and they're watching my story, I'm not afraid to message them and say, hey, I see that you're watching my story. Have you ever thought about doing what I do and making some extra money? We have amazing bonuses right now. And I'd love to teach you how you could make an extra $200 or $2,000 a month average, along with $15,000 in bonuses that come with that. So I have confidence in knowing, why not try? The worst case scenario is you get in and you decide this isn't for you. So I go in knowing some obstacles already, but giving them the options. So my strength, I work in my strength. So understanding, you guys go ahead and work in your strength and add new along. So if you're really comfortable in live videos, if you're really comfortable in stories, stay in your strength and do the other things as well, because we just never know what's going to happen. For me, I feel comfortable with Facebook and Instagram. And doing host to post. I know that by doing the work and sharing on that, on those platforms every single day, make sure that it just gets me new people. So I'm not afraid to clean out my Facebook, my Instagram, and delete and add new people. So we want to make sure that we're doing that. So anybody, this is something I'm always very consistent, and I talk to every loyal customer. So I may be more product driven, but it doesn't mean that I don't offer the opportunity. So if you're looking for, I really want to up my game in distributors, always offer the opportunity. So one of the tricks that I do, I don't even want to say it's a trick, but I'll be like, okay, I need your name, your address, your birthday, and your email. Most information that you can get from them, the better. So if they give me that, I'm like, great. I know that you wanted to get the slimming gummies, the coffee, and the Thermophyte X. So I've got all that information. All right, to process your order, I'm going to need your credit card number with expiration date and CVV, and you can text that, or if you want, I can send you the link. Generally, I try to get them to text me, and here's why. If they don't text immediately or within a few minutes, I'm like, did you want me to send you a link? If I can get them to give me their credit card, I hold it for a second and I say, before I go ahead and get you in, have you ever thought about making extra money? We can always add these products to your kit. You can actually make money while you're getting great results. So that's the key. If you have results from pictures, make sure that you're sending that to them too, because I have results and I share them. I go, I got into this business because I wanted to get skinny. That's what I called it back then. I'm like, I just wanted to get skinny and feel good about myself. And so I show them, this is why I got started. And I'm so glad that the girl just offered me, hey, you could be a rep and make money while you get results. And I thought, why not? Maybe I'll go for free product. And if I could make $1,000, that's what I thought was possible. So let them know, why did you get started? Let them know that. Because you guys, if I tell people, hey, I'm a black diamond in the company and I make over $100,000 a month, that seems ridiculous. It is awesome. It's ridiculous. But realistically, when you're talking to people, that can sometimes scare them. So I just try to be, myself. Like, I didn't see this big picture right away. I was just like, skinny, I want the product and maybe $1,000. So start there. You've got to have kind of a system of what you're breaking it down. So I want to make sure that you guys know I break my day or my month down by weeks and days and hours. And I did that. I kind of started at the beginning with that because I didn't want you to forget. You've got to be focused and diligent in your time of knowing exactly what you want to do. The KPIs, the trackers, you can create something. The company has everything that we need for that. So if you haven't learned KPI, make sure that you go and do that, or create a system that works for you. And, over the 12 years, mine have been flexible. I've been open to change things and add different things, but I still show up every single day, even when I don't feel like it. This month has been hard. I'm going to tell you, life has been hard for me. I'm still going through things with cancer that most people don't even know about. So I'm battling some things with health. My parents aren't doing well, so I'm constantly helping them. Sold our house. There's just a lot of life that goes on. And so I can look at that as an excuse or as man, what a blessing that I have this business and I can work from my phone. So I want to make sure you guys know that you can do this as little or as much as you want. And I look at this like, this is such a blessing in so many ways, as far as health and the ability to go help somebody else know that they can do this. And maybe somebody lost their job. So why not offer them the opportunity to help them in that way, or even the health aspect. So I want to make sure you guys just walk in that confidence of knowing that you can do that. Make sure if you don't have boards, that's such a lifesaver. There's been great leaders that have shared amazing things. And sometimes I'm like, I'm just going to steal that because that's so much easier than me trying to recreate something. So don't be afraid to watch some of these YouTube Zoom trainings and implement those, and don't recreate. You can maybe adjust a little bit, but there's a lot out there. So I would recommend doing the boards and then setting your timer on doing that. One of the tips that I do, I'll give you guys a couple of my scripts just so you guys see. Sometimes I got to get the information out because I might just not have a lot of time in the day. We all have the same 24 hours. I just have a bigger team. So I need to also not only get new information out, do all that, but I'm also leading a huge team and helping them as well, helping them close the deals, helping them seal. And that's important, as well as developing those leaders. So I take the time to do that. But one of the tips is in Facebook, in my messenger, you guys can do this and use an emoji. And I love this. If you've had a conversation with somebody at the beginning of your follow-up, depending on if it's a potential distributor or potential loyal customer, you could put like a black heart at the beginning before you start the message. And that's a potential distributor. So if you're like, I want to follow up with potential distributors, you can look for all black hearts of people that you have actually talked to before. Or if it's a loyal customer, maybe you start off with, a little green leaf for greens or something like that, something that you can have when you look into your messenger and see an emoji of who you've had a conversation with. So I want to make sure I think you guys like that. So yep, you guys, I do have a few tricks in my bag after being in the company for 12 years. So again, you guys are going to come up with things as well of what you can do. One of the things that you can do is, if you're on stories, if you're like, my following just isn't there yet, or my TikTok hasn't, taken off. Don't use that as an excuse, because you have the ability to message people, and you just have to walk in the confidence of, I have an amazing opportunity to share with them, and be confident in that. And one of the things that I share before I jump off, I'll try to get this in the chat, because here's why. I couldn't get on through my Zoom. Joel's on, you guys, on another Zoom. I tried to get on my computer. The password wasn't working. I got locked out. So I'm on my phone. So there's no excuses. We need to be resourceful and just figure things out. If you want something bad enough, you're going to figure it out. So here I am. I'm not techie, but I'm on. So I want to make sure you guys know, here it is. But here's a message. And I want you guys to either do it create it a little bit yourself. If you want to copy this, it's fine. But if you need to voice message it, again, work in that strength and really think about what that is. But you might go, morning. This might seem forward, but I couldn't not ask. I wish somebody would have shared this opportunity with me earlier. You guys, that is true. I was going through bankruptcy. I was standing in food lines. Life was miserable. I was not my best self. I was overweight because we couldn't afford the food that I really wanted. And so I was praying for something. And that's why I put that in there, is letting them know, hey, as I wish somebody would have let me know earlier. So here it goes. Have you ever thought about doing what I do as a social influencer and partnering with me? I'm going to be helping 4 more people get started this month and partner with me to work toward a $2,000 monthly average income, all from your phone. Plus, you'll be eligible for $15,000 in bonuses. I'd seriously love to work with you. Can I send you some details? So something as simple as that. I have a few different ones, and it's just seeing if it opens the door for a conversation. One of the other ones that you can do is, again, if you guys are doing your KPIs, if you're doing the work and getting stuff out there and you see people following you, message them, because you open the door for a conversation to follow up. So make sure that you have in Facebook, if it's a black heart for potential distributor, then do that. So you can go back and go, hey, I was just checking to see if you're interested in maybe working part-time, checking to see if you're interested in making some part-time income. Super flexible, 1 to 2 hours a day, all online from your phone. I'd love to share some info. Let me know if you're open to the info. So it's things like that you have the ability, that are quick and easy, and just reaching out and just sharing that. And that's just a simple message to open the door for a conversation. Here is a key. Do not get stuck on, I messaged 20 people and you go back and you're waiting for them to answer you. You do not do that. You get out your messages and then you go back to see if anybody messaged you back. And that's the key on making sure that you guys are utilizing your time right, and you're just getting down to doing the task is almost more important than actually signing the people, because you're going to get more follow-ups. You're going to have more down the road in your pipeline for future. You guys, I have hundreds of people to be able to follow up with, because I've been doing it for a long time. And so the longer that you do this, the more follow-ups that you're going to have. And so if you're consistent with having those emojis in there, or a keyword that you look for in Messenger, you can quick type in a keyword and go distributor. If you've had a conversation with and the keyword distributors in there, it'll pull all the messages down in your Messenger to be able to see that. And so, I can go through that and be able to do messages out that way of, oh my gosh, there's a contest right now. Where's my strength at? And I will be like, I just need to let you know, there's a crazy bonus. I know we talked 3 years ago, but life might be different for you. Have you ever thought about it? Like, I know we've talked years ago, but things are so different now. So I'm not afraid to be like, I talked to them 3 years ago. I need to make sure and do that again. Make sure you guys don't compare yourself. I really want to make sure that you guys know that. And because that is one of the easiest things that we can do, is say, well, Cal, I'm not that person. I'm not Stefani. I haven't been in for 12 years and I just don't have those follow-ups. I don't want you guys to use that as a comparison. I want you to use all of these girls as a driving force of, anybody can do this as long as you put in the work. If you want this, you have to have that right mindset. So Brittany, did I miss anything before I go to the mindset and end? Because I want to make sure I'm quick.
No, you covered everything. That was so amazing. And I love the emoji idea. I absolutely love that. I actually do that with my YouTube link to my opportunity video. So I can actually just take that link and search it on all my platforms, and everybody that I've sent that video to pops up. So that is amazing. And one thing I love about you, I wrote down some notes. It was so good. One thing I love about you is that you are number one consistently every single year, but you still work just as hard as all of us. And I respect you for that so much. And so that's something to also keep in mind, guys. She's not enrolling crazy amounts of people. Has she? Yes, I'm sure she has, but she's consistent and she's doing the things, everything she just said right there. Those are things that everybody knows we should be doing. And she's just doing them. She's putting her spin on them and she's being consistent. And so I love that. Thank you so much. Put a 1 in the chat if you love that. I mean, a lot of aha moments for me too. That was so good. I'm going to go ahead and bring on Amber next. Thank you so much, Stephanie.
Yes, you're welcome.
Okay. Let me go ahead and find Amber. I am so excited to bring Amber on just because I heard Mark say she was the highest point enroller out of all ranks. Did I hear that right?
Apparently so.
So tell us a little bit about you and what you're doing, your systems and everything in the next 10 minutes. Go.
Okay. All right. I'm going to actually set a timer. So we're going to try and stay on time. Okay. So I'm Amber Hart. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. And I want to say I'm so honored to be on this Zoom. I am so hyped. Thank you so much for inviting me. I am a single mom of 3 little girls. I am going through a divorce and it's all good though. And the reason why I joined this business was because a year and a half ago, I was struggling working 2 jobs. I was a dental hygienist full-time. I was doing hair on the side. I was still struggling. And I was like, I see all these girls making money from their phone. Like, I can make money from my phone. Like, why not try? So I actually reached out to my enroller and I said, tell me a little bit about this, like why it works over other MLMs. And so she was a little bit intimidated by that, but I hopped on board and here I am a year and a half later. So when it comes to the whole weekend warrior thing, I got to be 100% honest with you guys. I have no idea how many points I had because I wasn't even trying to win. Like, I made a goal in January that I was going to hit double diamond in February. And so I was just running for double diamond. And I promised my girls that if I hit it, I was going to take them to Disney World because they were being patient with mommy working really, really hard. And so I was just blindly running. So I actually, I was on Zoom with my team leader, Lachelle, and we found out that my E-Suite said I was double diamond. And then we got on the call and we saw my name called out and it was just like the icing on the cake. It was so, so sweet. But anyway, so I had 86 enrollments in February. And they were mainly loyal customers, and 90% of those were through host to post. You guys, I mean, I know you hear it all the time, but like host to post is life. My goal is 10 a day. There are some days when I get up 6. There are some days when I get up 40. There was one day last week I got up 40. But as long as at the end of the week my average is 70 for the entire week, like I'm good to go. If it's more than that, excellent. And then the other 10%, I'm going to be honest with you guys. When I was going for my promotion, I was very vulnerable with my audience. I told my audience, like, I'm going for this promotion and this is what it's going to mean for me and my girls. And I'm going to take them on a trip to Disney World. And I was, posting videos on my stories and, telling people as it got closer, how many orders we needed to reach our goal. And I could not believe the amount of outpouring of love and support that came from people. I mean, people that wanted to order, people that wanted to post a status for me, just people cheering me on and giving me prayers and words of affirmation. And it was just amazing. I couldn't believe how much love I got from my network. So I just feel that being vulnerable with your network is important, whether you're going for a promotion or not. Like, be real, be raw, be you. People can relate to a struggle, you guys. And the other thing I will say is that I am very religious about my page. My Facebook page is my business, and my business is my baby. And I am absolutely religious about my baby. I'm religious about posting, layering my It Works post with my lifestyle posts. I put my face on there. I put my babies on there. I put my life on there. People buy from people that they know and trust. You guys, they're going to buy you before they buy the products. Okay. So just be real with people. Like, that's what they want. And then, let's see. I talk to a lot of people a day. Okay. Like 100 plus, sometimes 100, sometimes 300. I don't know. I don't keep track. I'm super red. I'm super unorganized as a red. If anybody can help me with that, please reach out. I have no organization, but I know I talk to hundreds of people a day. And how do I do that as a single mom of 3? I just do. You guys, I leave my excuses at the door, and I just do. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I stay up late every night, and I sacrifice for a bigger reward to come. Okay. I work on it through the spare moments of my day. So if I get up my haps in the morning, I'm adding people as they're commenting throughout the day, and then I'm messaging them at night. And, you know, you can fit this business in the little moments of the day. You don't have to be on your phone 24/7. You just have to be intentional with your time when you are on your phone. Okay, so I wanted to share this with you guys. So I heard a quote or saw a quote somewhere that really, really hit me. And it said, and I'm probably going to butcher it, but it was something along the lines of, somebody died and went to heaven. And they met with God, and God slid a paper across the table, and he was like, this is everything you were supposed to be. What happened? And the fear of going to heaven and not being what I was supposed to be is a hell of a lot greater than the fear of waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you guys. I do not like getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. It is not fun. I am exhausted, okay? But I do it anyway. And when I heard that quote the next morning, I was wide awake at 4:45. My alarm didn't even go off yet. So I do it. And the biggest shift in my mindset, here's the thing, and I'm just gonna throw this all out there for you guys. I was not set up for success. Okay. I grew up in an abusive alcoholic home. I was not taught what a healthy relationship is. And I did not realize my value and my worth. And because of that, I had to create my own family throughout the years until I had my children. But it is because of the family that I've made with It Works that I now realize my value and my worth. And it is because of that that I stopped counting myself out, strengthened my relationship with God, and promoted to double diamond, and promoted my spouse account to emerald in February. You guys, I just earned $25,000 in bonuses on top of earning the weekend warrior. Like, I am floored. And when I tell you that that victory was so sweet and I cried so hard, you just don't even know. So the last thing I'm going to leave you with is that the first thing I do when I get up in the morning, aside from make my skinny brew, is self-development. Okay. I get up at 5 a.m. I turn on an audiobook because I don't want to read because my eyes are tired. I turn on an audiobook. I do my self-development. I spend time with God. And that way, when I do look at my phone and I have any, because you know, you get messages, people, you got loyal customers, distributors in your inbox being ugly first thing in the morning. You're like, I'm not prepared for this right now. Okay. If you do that self-development first, if you manifest your goals and your dreams and your desires for the day and you pray, you're going to be all set. You're going to get on that phone. You're going to get that negative message. You'll be like, that's fine. I can deal with this. I can handle this now. So that's all I got. Did I miss anything?
No, that was amazing. And I think everybody kind of teared up. Raise your hand if you teared up a little bit, because I definitely did. Because that was like an oh crap moment, you know, sitting across the table from God and him saying, what happened? Like, I can't even imagine that. And I totally agree with you as far as waking up in the morning and spending that time with God. That's what I do every single day. I wake up and I just sit in silence, because without that, how can you hear what he needs to say? Like, how can you go on with the rest of your day without a clear mind in the morning and work your business? Like, so you guys, if you're not waking up early, you have to start. I'm telling you, I have not met a successful person that is not a morning person. I don't know of one. If you know one, let me know, but I don't. And that is so true. So let's all set our alarms literally right now. I'm setting my alarm right this second. I'm waking up at 6 a.m. on the dot. I've been waking up at 7, so I have like a clear hour, but you know, I need more time. I need more time. Why not spend an hour with God and do the journaling and do the manifesting and then spend another hour working your business before the kids get up? Amen. Right? Okay. I'm saving that. Amber, it was so good to get to know you, and congrats on double. I know I introduced you as Diamond, but she's leaving as a double right now. And I'm proud of you and just your story. I already saw my chat and got some texts where people are crying from your story. I don't know what you said, but there's people that can relate to you, and you're such an inspiration. So just congrats.
Thank you.
Okay, next we are going to bring on Brandi Ferrell. I am so excited because you guys, she's a distributor. She is brand new, so I cannot wait to hear from her. I'm going to go ahead and add her on right now. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm a nervous wreck, but I'm good.
It's okay. You know what I do whenever I'm nervous? You can actually trick your brain into thinking you're excited. It's a similar feeling. So if you just close your eyes and you're like, I'm actually excited. I'm excited. That's what I do before I go on stage and stuff. So we would love to hear from you and your story. So go ahead and take it away.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, I kind of wish I had gone first, because to follow Amber, and then of course my Stefani, I call her my Stephanie. I know that she's not just mine, but I call her my Stephanie. But anyway, I feel totally unworthy, but here I am. Okay, so my name is Brandi Ferrell. I am from Savannah, Tennessee. I am a wife, of course, and I have 3 babies. My 12-year-old is 5'10". She is a giant. I have a 9-year-old son who is my baby boy, and then I have a 2-year-old who is definitely that third child. I don't know if any of y'all have that third, that last one. There's just something special and extra feisty about her. She definitely makes my workday interesting. I have my 2 nieces about 80% of the time. My sister's a single mom, so I actually have 5 kids most of the time when school is not in. So I do not like snow days as much as everybody else. I joined, and I was on a Zoom last night, and I didn't bring this up, but I did this business several years ago. Total different mindset. It wasn't great. Obviously it was in it a little bit. Everything crumbled because I didn't do it right. I wasn't willing to put into the work, and I always made quitting an option. So you can raise your hand if you want to. You don't have to raise your hand, but I mean, how many of you, whether you want to admit it or not, in the back of your head, still have that option in the back of your head of, if this doesn't work, I can just quit, no big deal. Or if it doesn't work, stop it. Because right there, that's part of your mindset right there. If that's always an option, it's kind of like with my marriage, divorce is not an option. I made a vow to him, and I made a vow to God. Divorce is not an option for me. This is Amber, and this is not, that totally came out. I don't mean that ugly. Jonathan and I actually got divorced and then remarried, but that's a different story. Anyway, but like, if you don't make it an option, it's just not, I mean, you have to throw that out for a job, for your business. You can't make quitting an option. So I threw that out from the beginning. I got back in with Stefani when she asked me. I was one of those easy ones where I did a host a post for her, and I think I talked to her like an hour, maybe, Stefani, an hour on the phone after she asked me about the business again. And so I said, well, let me just be real with you. I'd done it before. It was terrible, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, here I am. So I joined January 15th, and I promoted to Ruby and to Emerald last month. I'm already boxed in for Diamond. I'm shooting for double this month. I'm terribly afraid of that, but I'm crazy not to, since I'm already boxed. We'll see. Number wise, I'm like Amber. I have no idea how many points I had. I was not even going for it because, I mean, I'm a newbie distributor. Wasn't even possibly thinking that was a thing. I had my head down because we are a one income family. My husband's a sheriff's deputy. He doesn't, I mean, you know how cops don't make much money. He is a part-time youth pastor too, but we struggle. We have struggled for years, and I've kind of accepted the fact that that's how our life was going to be until I kept stalking Stefani's page, even when I wasn't in It Works anymore. I kept stalking. I was like, okay, this is just, I know the business works because I see it right in front of me working. So I just had my head down working. It wasn't about winning a contest, and it really wasn't even about the Emerald bonus. I mean, the bonus is great. And this month, when I go double, diamond and double, the bonuses will be great, but it's not even about that. It's being able to go and buy my kids clothes without having to rely on my in-laws. It's being able to, sorry, I told myself I wasn't going to do this. It's all still raw what happened the past few days. Anyway, I want to be able to put food on the table without having to call my mother-in-law and saying, hey, are you going to Sam's anytime soon? Because I could use some extra stuff to get me through. Or my husband, I told you, my husband's a part-time youth pastor. We want to be able to do things for our youth that the church maybe necessarily hasn't budgeted for. I want to be able to buy my daughter the new cleats that she needs because hers are getting a hole in them, and not have to say, oh, it's going to have to wait a couple of weeks. Can you just wear the same color socks to cover up the hole? Or because that's where we're at. And I mean, I just promoted Emerald. So, I mean, we're still there. It's not a matter, but sappy story, moving on. Anyway, my husband keeps coming in and out. It's making it worse because I see him. Anyway, I now lost my train of thought. I gotta stop looking at Stefani too. She's in my box and she makes me cry more. Anyway, okay, so back to, I'll try to get back on track. What is working for me? What did I do? Joel asked me that last night. I put my head down and worked. There's not really, the magic trick is working and being consistent about working. You're going to find your nick. You have to make sure that you show people that you're living. And like Amber said, you're a person. Like if you're fun and crazy and you do stupid stuff all the time, post about it because you're going to relate to the fun and crazy, stupid people. I relate to people about my faith. I relate to people about my kids and how my 3-year-old has a mind of her own. And I mean, there's so many different things. You have to make sure you post that. You want to make sure that people see you and not just your products. So being consistent is the big thing. I have the same routine that I do every single day. My 2-year-old's kind of even gotten in the habit of it now. She kind of knows when I'm going to be on my phone and when I'm not going to be on my phone. Hosted posts are major, obviously. Stories, I'm still a newbie. I do 5 to 10 hosted posts a day. I don't always get that. And sometimes even if I get 10 hosted posts, I may have 2 comments out of all of them. And so then I'll text Stefani, get a little pat on the back and then a little push, and then I go back and do more. I do 8 to 10 stories a day on Instagram and Facebook. I'm one of those that TikTok has not gone crazy yet because I still have no idea what I'm doing, and how they make all the really cool videos is beyond me because I've just accepted the fact that I am old and challenged in that area. So I'm trying to get the hang of it. So if I'm always doing the basic one, that's why. The biggest key on what I do though is follow up, and not in a pushy salesy way. It may be my follow up one day may be, hey, how are you doing? Like I saw them post something about their kid, by the way. I had one that was sick the other day. Their child was sick. So my follow up with her that day, I didn't even mention anything about the product, but I had conversation with her in Messenger pretty much off and on all day long because I'm showing her I care, not just about, hey, I want your money to order the product and you're going to help me do this. But I also did what Amber did. And I made sure people knew that I was working for a promotion, and it wasn't just like they were helping my family. They were helping. I put some of my why in there. I didn't always do that, but I made sure that I put in there though that I was promotion, and it would mean a lot to me and my family. And God, I keep getting off track. Oh, what am I doing to enroll this many? Follow up, consistent. It's the same thing. That I feel like those are the same things. Host to post. Oh, biggest thing. Okay. Product of the product. That's a big thing too. I know that for me, running an auto ship is a major big deal. Back to that, not getting into it. I'm not going to cry again. covering Stefani up over here. Y'all think I'm kidding. She's making me cry. Product of the product though. I started back on the products, actually January 5th. And I don't know what made me start back on the 5th, because at this point, I wasn't even talking to Stefani about getting back in the business, but I've always loved the keto coffee. Always, like, I got 6 bags of keto coffee for Christmas from my mother-in-law because that's how much I love the keto coffee. Anyway, I started consistently with the TFX and the, keto coffee. And so I'm down 24 pounds now, but talking about it all the time. And my story may be something stupid like yesterday or today, one of those days. I just showed how my jeans that were too tight 2 months ago, now they're already too big, and it's only been 2 months. I posted today. Today I did a sales post and nobody even realized it, because I was talking about needing new leggings because of how much weight I've lost and mine are so baggy. And anyway, now it's opening doors though, because I have all these new people who are all into leggings, because I did not know what a big deal leggings were. Anyway, they're blowing me up, and then they're blowing me up in private messaging too. So ding, ding, ding. I'm getting more people that I have never even talked to before talking to me about all these leggings. Some are $95 for leggings. They can buy those for me. But anyway, it's getting me. You just gotta think outside the box. Don't be scared to post little stupid stuff like that really seems insignificant, because a lot of people relate better to the insignificant stuff because they're like, oh, I think about that stupid little stuff too. Or that's why I say, if you're crazy and kooky, go with it, because people love crazy and kooky. How many people do I talk to a day? You need to remember that I said, like, our family has to have this. This is not an option. Quitting is not an option this go around. I know I did that once before. It's not an option for me. I have to have this. This is 100% what God has laid in my lap. And he has confirmed that over and over and over, because I was scared to death. I was stepping out of his will when I joined, and I kept praying every day, God, if I'm not supposed to be in this, please slam the door. Please slam the door. Or if I am supposed to be in it, show me in an abundant way and slap me over the head a few times. Well, then I won. I don't know. That was a crazy ending. It was a great ending to February. So God has confirmed it over and over and over. But so remember that though, I have to have this. On a slow day, message 100 to 200 people a day. On an average day in February, I was probably messaging, between Instagram and Facebook, I was probably messaging 500 people a day, which sounds crazy, y'all. But if you set a timer like Stefani was talking about, you would be shocked at how many people, especially if you have a good script. Now, if you sit there and type it out, then you're wasting your time. But if you have a good script, like, send that. I mean, you can probably message, I think it was 50 something people that I messaged them in 10 minutes. I said it yesterday and I can't remember what it was, but anyway, you can message so many people, you don't realize it. But it's all about, when you're doing that, set the timer. Don't pay attention to comments. Don't pay attention to people messaging you. Even if you're excited and somebody says, okay, I'm ready, I want to join your team right now, and I've got 4 customers. Don't let that distract you. Do your job, what you're doing right there. Because I used to, like in January when I first got started, I would catch myself, and I would even text Steph, okay, I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. I need you to give me a task. Because I'm going to go say, hey, go look at this person and comment on a couple things, but then I'd get distracted and I started doing this. So anyway, make sure you have your goals. The KPIs are major. I didn't do those at first, but they became kind of like my It Works Bible for my daily bread for It Works. What else do I do? Let's see. Mindset is basically, don't quit. I mean, quitting's not an option. You have to have it. It's one of those, if you're still thinking about quitting and it's still on the table, or you're thinking about, oh, well, it's not for me. I can't do this. I can't do what she does, or I don't have the time. Well, first of all, I just live a day in the life of me, and you'll realize how little time I have, but I make it work because it's what's important. And I know what this company can do for people. 100% hands down, know what this company can do for people. And so why not me? God has given me this vehicle, and I'm going to drive it until he swerves me off a cliff. And even if I'm off the cliff, if I'm still in the car and he hadn't taken me out of the car, then I'll just wait for somebody to pick me back up, put me back on the road, and we're going to keep on driving. But let's see. Is there anything else, Brittany? I'm scattered everywhere. I have a million things in my head.
No, that was so good. And I love the follow-up. You just emphasized that so much. And something I learned over the last couple months was fast follow-up is key. I signed 18 distributors this month, and it was after like the 10th to 15th of the month, somewhere around there. So I was signing like one every day. And it was really just because I was talking to people and then quickly following up the next day, then 2 days from then 3 days from them, which landed around Friday, and I got them signed up. So that is crazy that you talk to that many people a day. But you guys, she went from distributor to Emerald, you said, right?
Yes.
In a month, 2
Yeah.
months? I don't even.
Yeah, I joined the 15th of January, and then I promoted the last day of February to Emerald, and I'm boxed for Diamond, and I'm shooting for the stars. I'm shooting for double, because why not?
Amazing. You guys, she is doing what we are doing. It's what you're doing. She's just doing more of it. And that's the key. That's how I became a 2-3 distributor a month girl to over 15 to 20 consistently every single month, is just doing more of what we're doing and believing in myself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, then you're putting in all this work and effort and you don't believe that it's going to come to fruition. And so you slow down. You got to believe, put in the work, the follow up, everything all together. Thank you so much, Brandi. It was so good to hear from you, and just congrats to you. You're going to go diamond this month. I already know it. All right. So next we are going to bring on my enroller, best friend and mentor, Katie Bevington. I'm sorry, Ambassador Diamond. Katie Bevington, take it away.
Hey, you guys, my name is Katie Bevington. I'm an Ambassador Diamond, and I'm so excited to share with you guys all the things that I did to earn that spot on the Weekend Warrior Contest. You guys, I have been doing this for like almost 6 years. And I have quickly found my niche in enrolling. I love enrolling distributors. It's my favorite thing to do. And so, like I said, I've been in 6 years. Yeah, I live in Savannah, Georgia. I joined for food, gas, all the things because I was a teen mom. I had my first baby at 18, and it was hard. It was really rough. And I realized quickly after we moved out of my mom's house that we could not afford anything. We couldn't afford food, gas, all the things that I thought would just work out. It does not work itself out, and we had to figure something else out. I was a full-time nursing student. I was working, and I had a new baby. I was adjusting to living with my first ever boyfriend. He quickly became my husband. Life was nuts. And finding it works, I counted myself out because I had no confidence. I had so much social anxiety. I had no friends, no followers on Instagram or Facebook, but I knew I couldn't stay broke. And so when I got into this is where my entire life changed, and I'm forever grateful for this. And I want you guys to know too, that no matter where you're at or who enrolled you or what's going on, it has nothing to do with your success. If you enrolled yesterday and you're on here, congratulations. If you enrolled 3 months ago and your enroller quit, who cares? You guys, my enroller quit too, but I'm still here and I'm still doing the things. And so last month, you guys, I don't know how many points I had last week. And I love that everybody's saying that, because all the winners weren't paying attention to the left and the right and all around. They were looking at what they were doing. And for me, I was just out here doing my normal thing. This is what I do. And so I enrolled 70 distributors last month, 20 loyal customers, and I enrolled 16 of those on Friday. And I want to tell you guys, I do have big numbers, but I talk to a ton of people. And I also want to tell you guys a little bit that not all these people take off. And so if you've ever had a distributor come in and quit, I want you to know that's not your fault. And it doesn't mean that you're a failure as a leader. It doesn't mean that you're not fantastic. It just means it wasn't their time yet. I love that Brandi said, she started before and it wasn't her time. And that happens sometimes. So what was working for me? TikTok and Instagram stories. Before TikTok existed, for those of you guys who struggle with TikTok or get discouraged, I've got some words for you too. But for those of you guys who are on Instagram, I want you to know that I used to hate Instagram. It used to intimidate me. I was like, only Facebook. I'm only going to do this because it's in my comfort zone. But I wasn't enrolling like I did or I do now on Instagram because I was letting the fear of people looking at me on Instagram differently because I'm not some Instagram model, that they wouldn't enroll with me. That wasn't good enough for Instagram. And so when I started on Instagram, guess what? I started enrolling a ton more distributors because I became really good at being authentic and sharing myself, sharing my personality, sharing my family and my life, and letting people in on the things that most people wouldn't, just being me. And so I love Instagram stories. If you've ever looked at my Instagram, I always have slides up just sharing my day, what I'm doing, the business stuff. I love sharing that. But TikTok is where I got a lot of my people because I had several videos go viral. My TikTok recently got deleted, but that's okay because I still had so many applications. I actually got, it was 15,000 applications from like 3 videos. And I want to talk about this. It's kind of I'm going to mix 2 questions together here because in November, I'm building my 2.0 for those of you guys who don't know. So when you go ambassador, you get to build another account to ambassador as well. So I'm building my 2.0. My 2.0 was not going in the direction that I wanted. Has anybody in here ever felt like really frustrated that your team is not going up really quick? It's just dwindling. Everything's dying. And you're like, what the heck is going on, right? I felt so frustrated that my team wasn't just shooting up. I'm getting mad. I'm looking left. I'm looking right. And I'm like, you know what? This is not what I need to be doing. I need to focus on what's working. So I'm getting on Zooms with other people that are enrolling like crazy. They're doing the things, they're rocking out. I listen to what they're saying and I'm like, all right, that's it. Just like I was afraid of Instagram, I was afraid of TikTok. And I'm like, I'm not gonna be afraid of TikTok no more. I'm just gonna do it. I can't dance. I'm not creative. I'm not one of those really cool DIY moms who knows how to do the Pinterest stuff. So I was nervous, but I got on and I started doing 3 videos a day. That was time consuming. It was difficult. Did I get results right away? No, I didn't. But I started doing videos every day and I started getting people and then videos started taking off. I got a ton of applications and then I started enrolling more distributors. So from November, when I was having a pity party on myself, I was mad at myself. I'm like, I wanted to be farther by now, whatever. I made a change in myself and said I was going to go as hard as I could, doing all of the things, not some of the things, not a little bit here, not a little bit there, not a video a week, 3 videos a day until I took off. And I was going to get distributors. And so I was still signing for my Instagram stories, but I started signing massively from TikTok because of that. Eventually, it took me 2 weeks of 3 videos a day. So if you do the math, that's like 42 videos, I think. I don't do math, but that's a lot of videos that I had to do. And I finally got some that were taking off. And so that helped me not only get more distributors, but bring more people to my Instagram. Because while people will start, people will start and sign up right away from TikTok. Some people are also going to watch your Instagram forever. I don't want the quick followers from TikTok to sign up right away if they're not ready. And so if they're not ready, they can follow my journey on Instagram and follow me sharing my authentic life every day to want to start whenever the time is right for them. I actually signed 2 distributors for today from people from TikTok in November who were not ready right now. And or at the time, so which is awesome. So how do I keep up with all these people? Systems and messaging and telling my story. So before I'm signing people up, okay, I have a system for messaging. When people fill out my application, my influencer application, I have a method for that. So as soon as when they fill it out, I go through it, I message them, introduce myself, and I send them an opportunity video. If you do not have an opportunity video, I want you to make one. And I want you guys to use it because it is what seals the deal for all of my distributors because they get to hear me talk. They get to hear who I am, my story, what we do, and it works, how it all comes together. And then it also tells them, how we make money. It's very simple. It's literally 11 minutes. It shares everything they need to know. And then when they're done, they message me that they're ready to get started and I sign them up right there on the spot. I sign distributors in 3 messages from literally saying, hi, I'm Katie. I saw your application. I'd love to help you. Do you have a few minutes to watch a video? They say yes, watch my video. Okay, great. Let's get you started. It's $99 to get started. Boom, they're done. They're in the system. They're signed up. Okay. Once they get started, we have systems for training them. As soon as they get started, we get them training and getting them close to posting right away because I want my new distributors to have those wins right away. And so everything I do has a system. I'm sure a lot of you guys have amazing uplides and leaders who have systems to train your people, but that's all they need to do is have those wins immediately. Boards, like Stefani was saying, and all of the other leaders, those things are lifesavers. It saves you so much time to get your things done. So use the boards app, get your stuff done. And on your Instagram, I want you guys to start telling your story in different ways every single day. This doesn't have to be a formal Instagram slide. I know we have amazing apps to edit and do the coolest things, but I want to tell you guys, I'm a homeschooling mom of 2 beautiful baby girls, and I don't have time to sit on over and make apps or slides all day long of my story. I tell my story with my voice. I get on there, I show my life. I'm sharing them. Hey, I love that I'm able to make money and be home with my baby girls. I love that I'm able to do X, Y, and Z, and just sharing my life on a daily basis brings me more distributors than anything else will, because I'm being so real about me. Your story matters. You need to share it. You are given everything that you went through. You went through those things. You've overcome those things. So you can share that with other people and teach them that they can overcome it too, and let people in on your life. I can't tell you guys how many distributors I've signed up by just saying something as simple as, I'm able to be home and make money with my kids. I'm now able to go out and buy clothes for my babies. I can go to Target and let them pick out clothes. I can go out and get, buy ice cream. I couldn't even afford ice cream before I got started. And now I can take my kids out for an ice cream date. We can go to Disney World. We can do fun things. Put gas in the car. I could fill the car all the way up if I needed to. And so people relate to those small things, and sharing those very small wins is what's going to help people relate to you and get you more distributors on your team, and people that are ready to work because they relate to you. So don't ever feel like you need to be someone else to have success. Don't feel like you need to be an ambassador diamond, a diamond even, to have success. You can have success just as a new distributor by sharing your wins. You're signing customers, that's a win. You're signing, you're talking to potential customers and potential distributors, that is a win. You guys, you can totally share that, oh my gosh, I love that I'm sitting here with my babies and I'm talking to other moms that need extra income. I love how simple it is to do what I do. People are instantly relating to you being a mom with your kids working from home. They want that life. And so that's something that you can share. Next, numbers. I want to share this numbers because I love that I've signed so many distributors, and I told my team this because this is something that I'm red green and I like to see stats. And so when I just told another Zoom this earlier tonight, when I have influencer applications, I send out 200 texts at a time, 200 at a time through Connect. And so when I send 200, these are people that intentionally filled out my influencer application. This is not cold messaging. This is people that filled out my application. I'll send 200 messages and say, hey, I'm Katie. Like I just told you guys the whole thing. Then they're going to say 100 are not going to respond. So I will get 100 responses. Then out of those 100, I'm going to send them on my video. I will get 40 people that respond to the video. In my video, I talk about that it's cost $99. Some people aren't ready for that. They're not going to respond. Okay, I don't care. I have 40 people that, okay, I have questions, or I have to wait till I get paid or whatever. Out of those 40, I will sign anywhere from 4 to 6 people that day from 200 messages, 4 to 6. And these are intentional people that have watched my video and want to get started. So if you aren't messaging a lot of people, that's why you're not signing a lot of people. If you're not doing a lot of host to post, that's why you're not signing a lot of customers. But I want you guys to know too that while you're going through, you have to remember you're planting seeds. And your posting is what's going to water it. It's going to bring the sunshine. It's going to bring the oxygen, and they're going to bloom. But you have to stay very consistent in your posts, in your Instagram stories, and let people know you are here for the long haul. You mean it when you say you love these products. You mean it when you say you're going to go Ruby. You mean it when you say that you are here and you love the company and you're ready to go, and people will come. I promise, but it takes that consistency. I don't know one distributor that puts their all, their heart into this, their soul. They're posting every day, working really hard, doing the KPI, right? And they're not achieving success. You just have to stay consistent. And I know it's hard on the days where you've got all the kids. It's raining outside. You got everybody inside. The kids are being horrible. They're hitting each other. They're fighting. You can still be successful. You can still get your work done and lead from the front and get it done even on the hard days. It's called discipline. My last tip for you guys before I hop off is signing customers. You guys, believe it or not, for all the new people on here, we signed customers before Host to Post existed. And I sign a lot of my customers through my Instagram stories as well. And this is the biggest thing that I do, and it works so good. Every day, I call these ABC days of me posting the product every single day. So every morning, if it's A-Day, I'm talking about why do I love this product? It makes me feel so good. I have so much energy, whatever. I have the product in my hand. I'm drinking it, talking about it. Okay. B-Day, I'm showing how I make the product. How simple is it to incorporate these products into your routine? And it's going to help me achieve results in less than, I show them I can make my tea in 15 seconds or less on my Instagram story. Then on the last day, on day C, then I'm going to show my results. Look at my results every day. Every 3 days, you're seeing my results. Every day, you're going to see a picture of me in the mirror. Every day, you're going to hear, or every third day, you're going to see me talking about how to make it. to keep it simple, show my results, how it's working, and repeat. People need to see things over and over and over before they're gonna buy it. So if you don't have people signing up from your polls on Instagram, are you showing your results every day? Are you showing you using the product every day? Are you showing your customer testimonies? You guys, every customer testimony that I get, I screenshot it, block out their name, and post it on my story with a picture of me using the product. Show you using it every day in multiple different ways, and people can't help but not want to buy the product because you look so dang good that they need that. It's no longer even a want, like they just need it. So stay consistent. I love Instagram. Instagram is the bee's knees. If you're not using it every day, start. Don't let it intimidate you. Don't be intimidated by TikTok. Just get on there, just do it, and you're gonna rock it out.
So good. She always brings the fire. She always hypes me up. I don't know how you do it. So good. And guys, I do things the same way. We do things the same way. Have an opportunity video and we let our team use it. And I've been doing that since I was a Ruby. I had my own opportunity video and I told my team, use it, use it, use it. Showed them how to send it to people. Showed them how to get people interested to send it to people. Those are the things you should be doing as a leader because they need to hear the stories. They need to relate and working with large groups of people like this is such an amazing way because your video can go viral like that. But if you can take that and combine it on top of what you're doing with the relationship building, you will promote no problem. So anyway, thank you so much, Katie. I'm going to go ahead and bring on our next guest. I know we're kind of going over a little bit. So we're going to try to stick to 10 minutes with everybody. And we are going to bring on Jennifer. And let me go ahead and find her. I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. I am so excited. Oh, it is so cool. I'm just excited. I love hearing from new people and new techniques, what you're doing. It's just so refreshing. And so I'm excited to hear from you. And I went ahead and just unmuted you. I think you got it. But you guys, this is Emerald Jennifer Reschke. Is that how you say it right? I don't even know if you're still an Emerald because apparently everyone promoted. So go ahead and take it away.
I promoted to Diamond.
Yay!
I am from Kansas City and I joined just to make an extra $500 a month. And just did it last summer, last June. I had been watching my enroller, Kelly, for a while and just loved the coffee and the greens and was like, you know what, I'm just going to go for it and do it. And so I jumped in and I started out very slow. I signed a few customers and then I think it was October, I went Ruby and then wanted to promote to Emerald in December, but then waited to do that because of the bonus. So went Emerald in January and then Diamond in February. So, and to do that, I did 59 loyal customers and 35 last week, 2 DTs and 35 loyal customers. So in order to do that, I just stayed consistent, got up every morning early, like the other girls said. I do my workout in the morning and I just, gets me going, get up before the rest of my family so I can think straight and prepare my day and just stay consistent, just keep going. And I just, told myself we had a lot of work to do last week and we could do it. And we just kept pushing and went for it. So, and my stories also, I will go back and, send messages to the people that are viewing those, like the other girls said as well. Just try and get up as many haps as I can. Probably message, 100 people a day, and then go back. And so like tomorrow I'll go back and follow up if they have not responded to me. Or sometimes I wait a couple days. Just really, consistency going back. So, and then that goes to the question, you know, how I enrolled that many. I do a lot of the gummy hap. People, that is my most customers loving the gummies. And then let's see here, my mindset, I just try and keep, last week mainly, I just kept my eye on the prize. And like I said, I just kept on going positive mindset. But that's mainly it. Because I know we have to get on because this is lasting a while. So.
So, okay, so you said you mentioned you enrolled 35 this week. Did I have that right?
Yes.
Okay. And you said you messaged 100 people a day. Where are you finding these people? Are you messaging 100 for a host to post? Are you messaging 100 for like off of stories? Like, I think we want to know like how to do it, because we know we need to message. So like everyone does it differently, but I want to know how you find those numbers, that amount of people to message. How do you find that?
Going through like my friends list, and then going back through Messenger, just, you know, if they've liked a app, also message them. And it's amazing how many people that like the apps that you do, you know, get to buy as well. So yeah, most of them are interested. They just don't comment on the post.
Yeah. So I love that, because if you guys, you know, were taught, go ahead and message everybody that comments. Like, I'm always trying to find, okay, I have this post up. I see everyone who commented. I see who messaged me, but wait, what about the likes? What else are they doing? Are they viewing my stories? Can I look out for that? Are they liking other photos? Like, these are all ways that you can message them. And so, I guess when you say 100, you're just finding all different ways to message people, right?
Right.
What do you feel like is the best way you signed all those customers? Is it through host to post?
Yes. Host
Wow.
definitely. Yes.
Host to post is not dead, guys. I don't know who said
That's
it.
right.
One of you guys said it this week. That's BS. It's not dead. It's alive and thriving, because she is proof right here. Oh my gosh. So, and you are diamond now, right?
Yes.
So when are you going double?
I'm going for it this month.
Yes. You better, because of those bonuses. You guys, that's the thing. We don't know when these bonuses are going to go away. We don't know if they're going to come back. Like, there's no way to know. There's been months where they're gone, but then they come back at the end of the year, and we have no idea what 2021 is going to bring. So if you do not have a plan mapped out for the rest of the month to promote, you are missing out on money. You are missing out. Mark's holding a $20,000, $10,000 check, whatever bonus you're going after, and he's just going to rip it up because you're not working your butt off right now for it. You can do this. Okay. She did it. Everyone else did it. You are no different. You're just a different body. She's not more qualified than you. God didn't stamp her and say, oh, you're the only diamond. No, everyone can be a diamond. That's your choice and your decision. So thank you so much, Jennifer. That was so good. Such good info. And just, I'm proud of you. That was inspiring. I want to go sign 35 freaking customers right now. All right. So next we're going to bring on Courtney Van Auken. Did I say that right? Okay, yes. Okay. She's a presidential, guys, and she is killing it. And I'm so excited to hear from her and what she has to tell you guys tonight. So go ahead and take it away.
All right, guys, I know it's late, so let's hype up the chat. Put a 10 if you've taken a piece of advice tonight and you're like, I'm going to run with this and I'm going to hit my promotions, because that is what this is all about. This is here to give you guys the value to take back into your own business. It's up to you to take what we're giving you and run with it. Okay. So all those people put in 10s, you're going diamond and above, right? I'll see you in the triple and above page. All right. So my name is Courtney Van Auken. You said my name right. I love that. I've been doing this for 4 years, and I started this just with the idea of like, let me just give this a shot. I did 2 businesses before this and I didn't have any support, any help. So I just honestly was like, okay, she said I could make some money from my phone. Let's try this out. And I was working full-time, 60 hours a week. I was getting my master's degree. I had a great paying corporate job. I actually worked at Campbell's Soup, and I thought I was just going to rise up the corporate ladder there, and had no intention of making this my full-time job one day, but life happens, right? And as you guys know, like things happen and you realize what's valuable. What do you want to be doing every day with your time? If you love your job, this can be great. You can still have this as a side supplemental income. Do you know the average household, if they had like an extra 200, 500 a month, they would be coming out of debt. So this business is here for you to become debt free no matter what your schedule looks like. And for me, I was the definition of busy. So whenever anyone comes into my business now and they say they're busy, I'm like, this is perfect. I honestly think if you're busy, you can organize your time efficiently to get things done to hit your goals. But you have to make sure you're doing income producing activities, which I'll talk to you guys about in a second. 2 years in, I was triple diamond. I ended up getting laid off from that corporate job that I thought was so secure. Haha, jokes on me. But I was already at triple, and my fiance over here, he works the business with me, but he doesn't want to be on camera. He is my double diamond. So he was my promoting leg. And then when we decided at that moment to go presidential, and we just wanted more. I started this because I wanted that extra money to be able to travel, because that was my passion. I studied abroad and it was just always my thing. And then when this became our full-time income, we set a dream board, which you see, like these are our new ones back there hanging in our RV, to buy this RV and travel full-time and be presidential. So within a year, we did it. We went presidential. He was my triple, and we haven't looked back since. We're running for ambassador this year, but in October, we sold our house, moved our life into here, and now we're currently in Texas, started in New Jersey, and are traveling our way across the entire country for the next year. So this business will literally give you the freedom to do that, but you have to set that intention that you want it. And I honestly, guys, you have to have a dream board. You heard a lot tonight about people journaling and waking up early, not looking at their phone yet, pouring into themselves first. And a really good quote I heard once was that if you have to fill your own cup for it to overflow onto people around you. And that's your team, that's your family, that's your friends. Everyone's going to be affected by your self-growth. Me, I had a really bad support system when I first started this business, and I found out who I wanted to be as a person, and I stopped listening to those support people that shouldn't have been in my life, and I became who I am today. But it took work, right? It took a lot of work. And I honestly, as soon as I started doing personal development, I went diamond, then double the next month. So it's a huge thing. I didn't do it for a year. So do it right now. If you're brand new, start doing personal development, journaling, listening to podcasts. And me working on myself affected him, my boyfriend at the time, now my fiance, and now my team. My team is starting to do the same exact thing, and they're following my lead. So enrollments, I enrolled I'm aiming every month for at least 30 distributors. That's my goal this year. Last year I set my intention for 15 a month, and I did it. So this year it's 30 a month. I told Cammie on a Zoom before this that that's what I'm doing. So she said she's going to be watching me. I got to do it. You guys have to set an intention for this year. What do you want? What rank do you want to hit? How many lives do you want to change? How many people do you want to bring into this organization? How many customers? It's all about what we're getting paid on, right? We're getting paid on enrolling distributors and enrolling customers. So you have to have intentional goals every day to do that. So every day I wake up and I'm like, I'm going to sign 3 customers and 3 distributors. I have that in my head. I just have something to set my mind on. And today I made a board because I want to sign 100 distributors this month. I know that's a really far reach goal, but if Katie Bevington did it, I can do it too, right? So have your goal, like what you want. I did that in December for 50 distributors, and I hit 60. So you have to actually have that goal in front of you, and you'll do the work to support it. And customer wise, I enrolled 28 customers, and 31 distributors last month. So it was a steady about 30 for each. And what I did, honestly, guys, I'm traveling. So busy. I know it looks like I have all this free time to work my business. That's how she enrolls so much. No, I'm traveling. So like during the day, we're out in San Antonio today exploring a city. So I have to be so intentional with my time, just like you if you're a stay-at-home mom, or just like you if you work full-time, just like you if you're in college. We have to set what we want for each day. There's a book that the company's reading right now called Win the Day. I suggest picking it up, and it talks about how each day you can set that intention, right? So that's so important. How to enroll. I've been using Host to Post and TikTok and Instagram. I'm doing all 3 platforms, and it's real. I don't have like a crazy schedule with it. Every morning I wake up and I'm like, okay, I want to enroll 3 and 3, or like whatever my goal is. And then I'm going to do the actions to support it. So I get up at least 10 Host to Post a day. Right. And I have this app. If you guys, I don't know if everyone has it, you can't really see, but it's called Boards. And if you can see, here's the chat with you guys. So this is the Boards app. And it has buttons with pre-populated scripts of mine in there, right? So if I'm getting a Host to Post up, I'm going to message someone this, and then say I'm going to give them a giveaway Host to Post, right? So I just sent it to you guys in 1 second. I can do that. I can send a hey, quick question message, like, let's see, like this one. and then ask them about our giveaway our team's doing in 1 second. So I can send 50 messages in a couple minutes because of this app. It's free. It's called Boards, Bliss Boards. If you don't have it, definitely get it. I was always a person that said, oh, I don't need that. I'm just going to use my notepad for a while. And then I downloaded apps that make it more efficient, right? So just do it. It's free, use it. So and I'm getting up giveaway posts like that. So I give people from my page on Facebook giveaway posts. And when they comment on that, I'm actually saying to them, add me as a friend and DM me the word giveaway. So I don't have to add them and go message them and see if they accept my friend request, right? That I say, you come to me if you want to win some money, okay? And then every morning, the next day, I wake up with friend requests and messages in my inbox on Facebook saying giveaway. So people are coming to me. If you want to grow your network fast, that's what you should be doing. Then I give those people a product host to post. So if you hear everyone's killing it with gummies host to post, do that. Do a gummies host to post. Do the skinny tea, right? Do something, make your own, find your own little flair to it. And as long as you consistently, I know Brittany just said people are saying host to posts are dead. It's not dead. That's where all of my customers came from. You have to actually be consistently doing it though. I can get any host to post to work as long as I do the numbers to back it up. I'll message 50, 100 people to get posts up to get my 10. Right. And that's how I'm going to be enrolling customers from that. That's how I'm going to be getting dates in the future. So then every single person that posts for me, I send this message and I offer them the business opportunity. Every single person, no matter what, even if it's a brand new friend that came to me about the giveaway, I offer them the business opportunity. I sign distributors from that. And then my main source, just like Katie, is TikTok. And I looked at my numbers. October 16th, I decided to go all in when we went full time on the road. And in between business videos, I talked about our life and I talked about what we're doing. I provided some type of value. So find that thing for you. Do you have mom hacks? Do you have life hacks? Do you have a funny video? Do you have cute dogs? Find that thing for you and fill it in with business videos, because once that video explodes, the next one they're going to go scroll to is your business one. So October 16th, I did 3 to 6 every single day. And it wasn't until November 25th that one went viral for my business. I signed people who are now emeralds on my team and diamonds on my team from that video. And I remember because I wrote it down right on that December list that I had. So definitely pick what you want to focus your time on, but make sure you're using things that provide you income, that provide results. You can't just give people giveaway posts and never a product host to post, right? You have to always be thinking okay, what can I get out of this? Every conversation is a lead. So think of it, customer, distributor, sample cash, or maybe they'll just do a host to post for you. Think of every conversation you had, you're establishing a relationship and you create a lead. What was I talking about? Okay. And then my daily task. So I got my messages out for host to post. I get my 10 up and then I go out and I live my life. Right. And then I come back to it later, answer those people, go in my planner, put names down. At night, I usually do my TikToks at nighttime. You can now, I don't know if you saw that, but you can schedule TikToks. So I think on TikTok on their website, you can actually schedule your TikToks in advance to go out. So you can do it on Sunday and then say, okay, all week, here's my TikToks going out for the week. And it's really just like Katie was saying, it's simple. You can point here, there, that's it. Some words, and then post them. Make sure you're doing it. You can't just do one on a Monday and then come back next week and be like, oh, no one even viewed it. You have to consistently do it. And I promise you, over time, it will pay off, just like host to post. At first, you're not going to get any results, but if you consistently do 10 a day, I bet you by the end of this month, you're going to be a customer and distributor enrolling machine if you set that intention. Mindset wise, I think I covered everything else, but mindset wise is key for me. That's I battle anxiety and depression. So my mind has to be great. Otherwise, I'm in the bed eating a pint of ice cream. Seriously, that's I need to make sure I take care of myself. And I'm a really hard worker. I'm a super red personality. So sometimes I let that get the best of me and I don't take care of myself. I sacrifice that. So I make sure that I have to not touch my phone in the morning and I have to journal. I have to listen to podcasts. I have to put Post-it notes around the house saying, I am this, I am that. There's an app called I Am and it's free and you can download it. It's called I Am and it will literally pop up saying, I am this. And it gives you an affirmation statement. I suggest that you guys download that. And every time it says something, say it to someone that's near you. Like my fiance and I say it to each other to reassure each other that we are awesome and we can do this and we can conquer anything. So definitely make that a priority for you to just have your mental health right. You could do everything we just all told you tonight. And if you are no one's going to say yes, no one's going to buy this, no one's going to join my team, they won't. I promise you, every single time. So when I'm talking to people about becoming a distributor, if I'm having a crappy day, I'm not going to enroll anybody. I can use the same scripts. I don't know what it is. They can feel my energy through the phone. So I throw in voice messages to guys as much as possible. Don't just be a robot. Be personal. Like, oh, I see you're a mom. You could do this business from your phone too. I do this. Like, relate to them. You can connect to somebody about. Don't be a robot. And my last tip would be, me and my friend Sabrina, we're traveling together too. She's with her dog in her RV, and she's a double diamond on my team, pushing for triple right now. And we work together at the end of the month. And every time we're like working really hard, sending messages, sending all the messages, working on Instagram, right, guys? You're like always talking to people. That's how we enroll. We talk to people. So up your level, you'll up your results. Once we're like, oh, nothing's happening, like what's going on, we just stop and we get up and we dance, and we're like, oh, we got this. We got this. You guys think of your favorite song the next time you're in a slump, and stand up and dance like no one is, like, who cares if anyone's watching you? And then go back to sending those next 50 messages, those next 100 messages. But you have to make sure your mind is right every time you hit that button on your phone. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for having me on here. And I hope you guys just hit all your promotions this year.
You seriously, I love you so much. Everything, your energies, everything you just said is so amazing. And I actually saw your video go viral, and that's how I was like, oh wait, I think I saw, like, I don't know if you were wearing an It Works jacket or what you did, but it caught my attention. I was like, she's with It Works, and that's when I found out like who you were. And so yeah, I mean,
sharing one too. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, just recreate the sound and dance and point, and that's great, guys. Some of those go viral too, but I just said my story. So like, even if you're brand new, talk about what you're working on, and that's going to translate through your TikToks, through your posts, through your stories. Think of one thing, like tomorrow, like, oh, grocery money. Okay. Make a video on grocery money. Put something on stories about how you have an extra income to buy your groceries this week, or put something on your page about it, a life post. You can like transfer everything that you do, so it saves you time.
Exactly. And you guys, I know there's a lot of you who started TikTok and you're not passionately like continuing it. I just want to let you guys know that you are literally afraid of doing something that's going to make you so much money. Like, that's like saying, I'm afraid to go to work because I'm afraid to get paid. No, like, take it on. Show up 100% you. If you do it that way, you cannot mess up, guys. You got to get your butts on TikTok. I'm telling y'all, you have to do it. It's why these ladies are here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring on Kim next. Thank you so much, Courtney. That was so good. I am going to unmute you and bring you on. Here we go. Okay. I think we're good.
Hey.
Hey, Kim. Okay, everybody, this is Kimberly Whitlow. She's a triple diamond. I'm excited to hear from you as well. So go ahead and take over and let everybody know about what you did this month.
Okay, so my name is Kim Whitlow. Of course, I have been with the company. Listen to this, guys. I'm going to be 7 years this year. Okay, so for those of you that have been in for a while, I need you to hear my story, because no matter where you are, you can rewrite your story or the next chapter, or you can keep going is the biggest thing. And I've had people, my upline quit on me last year. Life has happened, and I have gone through the hills and valleys, and just know that you get to decide that you get to keep going, and you just got to do the things. Okay. So I started because I just thought Courtney is like very similar to me. I was just messaging one of the girls on my team. I'm like, I think that she's like my twin. I was working 80 hours a week. I was with corporate America. I was the operations consultant for like a restaurant chain, and I was going to move up. I was going to retire with the company. That was just I was doing the thing. And then I got a boss that I didn't like, and he didn't like me as much as I didn't like him. And he made me feel small, and I knew that my time was coming to an end. And I was like, I got to do something. And I had a friend that was doing this, and I saw her making this money, and I called her and I was like, I don't know what you're doing, but I need to do it because I need an option. And my husband graciously said, yeah, you go do that thing as a hobby, and we'll figure it out next. So I did that, and I was making a couple $100s a month. And then I was working at a bank. So I was like, this is it, like 9 to 5. It's great. Like, I'm weekends off, no holidays. And then I was kind of like Courtney, like, there's got to be more to life than this. Right. And so I went to my first conference, and that's when everything changed. I went diamond. And I stayed there for a while, really because I limited myself. I had like a cap that I put on myself that I just could not believe that I could move on to the next level. And so, and I love leadership. Like I love people and I love leadership. It was just one of those things where we added 2 more babies to our family, and anybody who has had babies know that postpartum can wreck you. And I remember going to a conference. Sorry, I was like, I'm going to make this quick, but it's good. So just bear with me. But I went to a conference, and if anybody was at Mark's, the conference where Mark did the dark horse speech, I went to that conference saying, I'm going to be done when I go home. I'm done. And I remember that changed everything. And my best friend was there with me, and she's like, no, we're doing the thing. And we did. And I went double that year and triple the next year. And now we're pushing for presidential this year. And we have paid off so much debt, and we've learned so much through this company. We get to give back more than anything before. And so I'm not giving up ever. Like this is it for me. And so it was so hard. I'm jotting down all these notes because every time someone talks, I'm like, oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. I have all this stuff. And I'm like, I want to talk about everything. But the biggest thing is I didn't even know how I won. Okay. Can I just be really real with you guys? I didn't know how I won last week. I thought it was a drawing. I didn't know it was a top point thing. So when they said my name, I was like, oh, I'm lucky. And like, oh, that's cool. Right. I'm like, that's awesome. My husband's account was diamond. I was pushing for him to go to double diamond. And so that last week I was just like an enrolling beast. Had no idea what I had even done to get that. Like I was just head down, like I need this many LCs or I need this much volume, and here we go. So I had 40 enrollments the last week, and 38 of them were LCs. Like I only got 2 DTs, but I want to tell you guys, like I call it the gummy train, and this is how I think this is. If you guys are not host to posting gummies, you need to host to post gummies. I didn't even have to really post giveaway. Like I still do giveaways on my page, and we still have giveaways as a team. But I hadn't really even had to post anything. I have a very strategic system. And so if any of my girls are on here, they want to drop it, that's cool. If not, I can share that later. But one Sunday I dropped a giveaway post, and I had a ton of comments on there, and I just gave everybody a gummy post because none of them had posted it for me before. So I gave everybody one, and they blew up. Like they blew up with like 40 to 50 comments on them. I couldn't keep up. I was like, what is happening? One thing I always do, once they post for me, I always drop my number on the host to post. Okay. I will always say, you can message me or text gummies to this number. A lot of times, and the reason that I do that is because people don't always want their friends to see that they're interested in losing weight, right? So they don't want to comment, and they might just want to message, or they might want to do that thing. Okay. So I get texts all the time. Like I will wake up to like 10 text messages that just say gummies. And sometimes I'm not even on any platform with them, and they're just there. Like they're just ordering. Like I don't even know where they come from. The only contact I have with them is from the Connect app after that. So that's one thing. So once all those comments go down, I'm kind of like Courtney. I do not friend them. I put on there, message me gummy and send me a quick friend request so I can give you the info. And I kid you not, guys, I will wake up with 20 gummy inboxes every single day. Like, okay. And the ones that I've even enrolled this month are the leftovers from last month. Like they're just still rolling in. Like my week is full. And so we like to call it the gummy train on our team, because I have a girl that enrolled like 80 LCs from this. Like we were just pumping out volume. And it's such an easy thing to talk about, right? So I send them the info, like if they say yes, they message me. I send them the information. Yes, blah, blah, blah. We get them started. Awesome. Will you post for me? Because I know the posts blow up. So they post the exact same gummy post. If they say they can't do it right now, no worries. Could you post for me? And I'll get you entered into my giveaway. If they say, yes, but I have to do it a week from now. Okay. In the meantime, can you post for me? And just what has happened, it's like this roller coaster snowball effect where there's like, I never not have anybody to talk to about gummies. The awesome thing is that the 2 DTs I did sign from last week were all from host to post that saw them blow up with these 50 comments, and they signed up on the spot. They're like, okay, maybe I should do this. And so if I can't emphasize enough, if you are like still going for your 6 customers, or if you're new, or if you're going for volume and you need to push volume quickly, do that. The other gold thing to go along with this is it's a very, very easy upsell. Okay. Now I'm going to be very honest, like upselling has never been my full game. Like I use all the products. So it's hard for me to pick like just 2 or 3 to upsell. So I get really like in my head about what to offer. The amazing thing in the gummies is that when I'm getting ready to place their order, I don't know, somebody's going to drop it, but you can just simply say, hey, I'm getting your cart ready. While I'm doing that, can you maximize your results? You can get a second bottle for only $30 more. So it would be 2 for $69. Are you interested in that special? They say yes, like 99% of the time. So instead of getting a 30 BBLC, you're at least sealing in a 45. And then if you're still checking out, then you can be like, hey, well, while I have you here, blah, 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 blah. But you're at least getting a 45 BBLC when you are sending them your cart. So that is really like the pick 2, pick 3 with that has been freaking amazing for us just to really pull in volume because we were going for a lot of promotions last month. So that is really like, that's what we call the gummy train. Like, we're like, okay. The other thing that I want to tell you guys, if you're feeling like your giveaway posts aren't getting hits, and you can't get people to post for you or things like that, I've had a lot of conversations with my team this last month. Like, we had a dig, and it's kind of like digging for, I always use this cheesy reference and they're probably gonna make fun of me, but it's kind of like a metal detector, right? So like, if it's not beeping there, you're not going to dig for the gold there. So go and find where the gold is planted. And so if there's the same people are posting for you and they're not getting anything, stop wasting your time and having them post for you. And it's kind of like Stefani said, she's not afraid to cycle through her Facebook. And so you have to shake up. It's kind of like you have to do something to shake up the algorithm again with your Facebook. So it's okay to delete people. Go through your Facebook and delete the deactivated accounts that are on there. Like, do that so that you can kind of shake and shock the system so that it shows you more again. And make sure you're doing interactive posts before you post a giveaway post so that you can get that up. But that was really the thing. Now, once they say yes, and they have to like, yes, and then like they ghost you, right? And they're like, yeah, I'm ready. And then you don't hear, you're like, okay, like where'd you go? You know, don't you want my gummies? Here's the gold thing. You're going to go back either the day, like the next day. I'm like the next day. If they tell me they want something, I'm like, they're the next day. Like, hey girl, you want the gummies? But if you can like search your messenger, if you're not great at writing, and I had so many things going on that I had to use to search messenger. So you can say, like, I'm putting in orders. Do you still want to get your order in? If they still ghost you on that, then you can say, because a lot of times people are interested in something, but if they don't have the money, then they don't follow through. So you can say something like, oh, somebody give me the message. Sorry. You can say, hey, maybe now's not a good time, but would you be interested in doing my giveaway? Or maybe you're not interested or now's not a good time. And I will tell you that people just get busy and they forget right now. So as soon as you send that and you're like, oh, maybe you're not interested, they're like, no. I'm still interested. So I'll order and I'll post for you. And like, that has just been the thing. So I just started like snowballing. And then they'd be like, hey, my friend wants the gummies. And then this person wants, like, everybody wants the gummies. And so it's just really been an easy sell on that. So my system too is I get up early. I am a mama of 5, guys. And so I have 3 teenagers and I have a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old, and we're busy. And my husband works crazy hours. And so there's always something going on. And you can either let your why be your excuse, or you can let them be your reason, right, to do the thing. And so I get up early. I try and get up at 5. I did get up at 5 all last month, and I did my quiet time and do that stuff. But I'm also a planner, like a crazy planner. Like, I like dinner menus, like what's going on during the day, that kind of stuff planner, because the more that you can take away from the thought process, the easier it is your life can be on a daily basis. And so I would just plan out the week. We do planning Zooms on Sunday nights where we just jam out to some music. We grab content. We do plan out our week and schedule all our stuff. Now, the other thing that I would say is that accountability. We make it fun and a lot of competition. Like, I have a BFF that if she signs an LC, I better sign an LC. If she gets a DT, you best believe that I better go after that. And I'll tell you that the first half of the month was really shaky for me. Like I felt super stuck. I was like, something is not, like I'm not in a groove. And so I had to dig a little bit deeper. So most of my enrollments for the month, which I did get 70 LCs last month, came the last half of the month. And that was really just from trying to book it to, get up to double. So that's where that is. Now, as far as mindset goes, there's always going to be hills and valleys. Like that is the biggest thing. And like whoever said it, I'm so sorry. I'm terrible with names and I don't know why anymore, but you have to take quitting off the table. You have to take quitting off the table. And it's just one of those things where like you might have a bad day, but it's not like you can wake up and have a new day tomorrow. And one of the things that I heard, because we have life and we go through things. And I was listening to a Stephen Furtick message, and I just remember him saying one time that he was praying and he would say, Lord, I am small, but you are big and I need you to make up the in-between. And so on my bad days, I will tell you guys, on my bad days, I'm like, okay, Lord, my kids are crazy. My teenagers are being teenagers. Like the house is a wreck, like whatever. But Lord, you are big and I'm small, and I'm trusting you to make up the in-between. And when we started letting go and being very obedient and diligent in trusting and tithing and giving and doing all the things, our business changed completely. So I just challenge you guys to just know, like, I will always tell my team this, like, you are in the right place at the right time. Just because something's not working for you doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It means that you just might have to try something different or pivot. I use the word pivot a lot with my team to find something that does work for you, because it can work for anybody. Like here I am 6.5 years later. And I will tell you guys, I started out this year thinking that I had an upline that put a lot of limit on me. And so when she left, it was like the chains fell off. And so at the beginning of this year, I said, one of my goals was to be recognized on a Sunday night family call for enrollments. And so like, it was like all the emotions happened on Sunday night. So it was just super cool. And so I just am honored to even be here.
That was so good. And actually, I was mentioned on the family call once before, maybe a couple of times, I don't even know, but I thought the same thing, the exact same thing. And it was on my dream board too. I mean, just even the small things like being on the Show Me the Money call when that was once a thing. Sad it's gone now. But yeah, I mean, that the fact that you have 5 kids and you can still do this business, that is amazing too. And I think everything she said, guys, I can relate to. You should be able to relate to. Everything you said was just spot on, amazing. And so going presidential, when are you planning on doing that?
This year. Right now, we're just in this fun momentum. Like it's so joyful right now. And I think that, I put so much pressure on setting a date before that it took the joy out of the business. And so now it's just fun. Like you should always do, like I have dream boards and goals and things set all over. But yeah, I like, to me, and to be really honest, like presidential wasn't even a thought last year. It just wasn't. It was like, if I could just maintain a good this, like that would be good, because I just felt so limited. And so yeah, like I'm just excited for where this year's going.
So good. Thank you so much for being on. It was so awesome to hear just you and everyone else tonight. And I can't wait to celebrate when you go presidential and we can get back to conference in Amalie Arena, right?
Right.
I miss that so much this year, but thank you so much. Okay, we're going to bring on Sarah Keller, Double Diamond, up next. Sarah, I am so sorry this went over. I know you're a mom also. So we just appreciate you sticking it out. Last but not least, I'm excited to hear from you and get to know you better. And go ahead and take it away.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm just honored to be here. And I've, loved hearing everybody's stories and just getting to know them a little bit better and have so many tips. So thank you for that. So I started with the company 7 years ago. And was, running the business and running for promotions. And I promoted to actually Presidential Diamond, and my daughter was then diagnosed with leukemia. So she was 7 at the time. And I actually promoted to triple in presidential right after she was diagnosed, like from the hospital room. So, you know, things happen and you can still work this business and work it into your life. And as she finished her chemo, which was 2.5 years long, I stepped away from the business to help her start a nonprofit for childhood cancer. And that's where our heart and our passion is. So we started the Sadie Keller Foundation, and we've built that for the last 3 years, and it's successful and running. And I've kept in touch with, you know, some really great friends that I made, and was ready to jump back in the business, started completely over last April. And I'm so happy to be back. It's just always been like part of my family. So, so that's a little bit of a nutshell. I promoted to double diamond in June, and am running for triple diamond this month and presidential by May. So that's like my goals. So with all of that said, last month, I guess actually like really in January, I set a goal just for myself, because I started, and just like this call, like I kept hearing people talk about these huge enrollments, and you know, we have host to post and we have all these tools, and I've always enrolled like around 20 customers and, you know, maybe 6 loyal or 6 distributors, but people were enrolling like 100 loyal customers, right? And so I just set a goal for myself to bring someone into the system every day. Like that was my goal. Like I want to just get into so many conversations that I'm enrolling a loyal customer or distributor every day. And that kind of changed the game for me. Just, you know, I think I'm kind of starting with mindset at the beginning, but it's all about the mindset. Like when you believe you can and you set those actions, then you can, right? So last month I enrolled 47 loyal customers and 7 distributors. And then the month before I enrolled 54 loyal customers and 3 distributors. So, but a ton of it, you know, it wasn't, like everyone else said, it wasn't like I was like, oh, I'm going to win this weekend, you know, this week warrior contest. Like I was head down running for promotion. So I just had my head down and I was trying to get into as many conversations as I could. And I did that, and I continue to build my business since I started with host to post. So host to post is like my favorite thing ever. It works. Like if you do it consistently, like anything in this business, you can't do anything halfway. You have to be consistent with everything that you're doing. You have to be consistent with having your store open every day, posting, host to post. You know, I always like to say, like, we're in the business of conversations. So if we're not always having conversations, then you're not going to be enrolling people. So I kind of use that for myself as like, get into as many conversations as you can, and host to post allows you to do that. So consistently and discipline has just been the game changer. You know, I think for everybody who probably was running for a promotion or is trying to hit a promotion. So, you know, a couple of things that I do, and I would say like out of my enrollments, at least half of them are follow-up. So, you know, very few people that you get into conversations with are then going to enroll on the spot. Some will, but most don't, right? But everyone has a busy life, you know, who knows what they're doing? They've got kids. They might have read it in the grocery store. They might have opened your text and read it in the carpool line and not been able to reply. So for example, like as I'm doing host to post, or as I'm having a conversation, and say that I always offer, like, do you want me to enter it for you, or do you want me to walk you through my website? In which case I create a cart for them and send them the link to a cart. Okay, so if I send them a cart, right, and then I send like, here you go, check out, and I always, like, after I send them a cart, I actually do it a little bit different, and I add my products, my add-on products to the cart and send it with their cart. So for example, you know, we're all selling like gummies going crazy, right? So if I, if they said they want to order a bottle of gummies, then I always add on to their cart a second bottle of gummies and a bottle of Fat Fighter. And then I send them the cart, and behind it, I say, hey, just so you know, a lot of people add on our Fat Fighters, which absorb, you know, some of the fat and some of the carbs that you ate, so your body doesn't. I added those in there so you can see, but you can take them out at checkout if you decide you don't want them. And I also added a second bottle of gummies you can take between 2 and 4 a day. If you decide you want to do 4, you'll want to have a second bottle, in which case I can give you $10 off a second bottle. Pick 2, right? Just use the code SAVE NOW at checkout. If you decide you don't want them, you can take them out easily. Okay, so then I send that script kind of right behind it. I'll tell you 90%, I would say 90% of the people I send carts to check out with all of them. So then your order went from a 30 BV order to a 70 BV order. So there's just one tip for you. So that's what I do with a cart. And then, and so if I send them a cart and they don't check out, because a lot of times when you send them a cart, it's super easy. They click on the link, they check out, they're done. So I have like a fast follow-up. I have a fast follow-up system. So probably, I mean, I don't really have a time. I don't like work with time, you know, time goals to myself with follow-ups, but as I remember, like maybe it's been an hour, maybe it's been an hour and a half, maybe it's been 2 hours, whatever, like pretty quick. If they didn't check out, I'll just send them a quick message that says, you know, hey, so-and-so, I always like to talk to them like, you know, by their name. You know, hey, Mary, I just wanted to check in and make sure that the cart link that I sent you worked. And it's just like, I mean, I know y'all are busy and like I'm busy and we all forget, right? We forget it's there. But, you know, I think one thing that we have to remember, whether it's like you're talking to a potential distributor or you're talking to a loyal customer, potential loyal customer, is that if they say that they want to order or if they say that they want to get started, then they want to get started until they tell you they don't want to. Right. So I use that mentality for everything. So like, and, you know, I'll send them a quick follow up and, you know, most of the time they'll either be like, oh yeah, I forgot. Let me check that really quick. Oh, yep, worked. And then they check out. Or they'll tell me like, oh, I changed my mind, you know, whatever, like go for the no is kind of like what I always think. And so follow up is such a key part of that. And then, if I, like every morning that like kind of after my self-development and after my time with the Lord, like the very first thing that I do is I go through my messenger, right? So I go through my messenger and I do all my follow-ups. And I actually love Stefani's idea of like putting an emoji at the beginning so you can easily search those. But I go through my messenger and I immediately get into conversations, do any follow-up of you know, where conversations left off and then kind of re-engage those conversations. And then even with host to post. So if I like sent out, you know, 75 requests and asks for someone to post for me, and as we all know, like maybe 10 respond, right? Then, you know, maybe, you know, 5 of those put them up, right? So I'll even go back through all of my host to post every morning, the kind of the very first thing, and just follow up and, you know, say something as simple as like, hey, I didn't want you to, you know, I didn't want to miss your entry. Were you still in, you know, were you still interested in an entry or something along those lines? Just something super simple, just to remind them that that message was there. So it's such an easy way when you're starting the day that way, like all of a sudden you'll have 5 host to post up just from the follow up from host to post. And so, I really like always make sure that I'm going through my messenger and kind of immediately starting the day in conversations and follow up. And then, you know, I think the biggest thing to remember is that the more people you talk to, the more people you're going to sign up or enroll. And that's, you know, that's just the facts. Like if someone's enrolling more people, you know, if someone's enrolling 100 customers or 100 distributors, like they're just talking to more people. And that's just the facts, you know? So if you want to enroll that, you just have to get into more conversations and just talk to more people and plant more seeds and keep following up. And it's really just getting a system down for yourself that works with your life right now. So, you know, if I had to leave everyone with like a couple of things, we're all running for big promotions, right? The bonuses were extended. There's some really exciting things happening. It would be have vision. You've got to know where you're going. So have vision and know where you're going and know what your goals are at any given time so you know what you're working towards, and then break those down. So if you're saying like, I want to enroll 50 customers this month, then break that down. What does that look like? And then how many people do I need to talk to in order to make that happen, right? So have vision, know what promotion you want to hit and know how you're going to hit it. You've got to have your charts. Your charts are like your map. So if you don't have your charts and you're not updating those all the time, then you kind of like aren't going to know where you're going. So have vision, have your charts, decide you're going to do it and have that belief there, and then go and put your hands to the work. Why not you, right? So like anybody can do this business and anyone can be successful in this business. You just have to decide and go.
So good. And it's so funny. You, Sherry Lynn, Kelly, you all have the same accent. It's so, where are you from?
Texas.
Texas. Is that a Texas accent?
I don't know.
Or-
Who knows?
It's so funny because as soon as you started talking, I'm like, I'm thinking Kelly, Sherry Lynn, you know? Oh my God, so crazy. So thank you so much. And your story is so inspiring. Because I read a little bit about you and your life and your family on your page. And I just got so emotional. And the fact that you stepped away, but you came back, that's something that a lot of people don't do.
You know, it's like this business has always been part of my life. And so even when I wasn't in it, I was in it, right? So like I've always just loved the people, stayed in touch with the people, but our passion in the Lord took us on a path of childhood cancer and really advocating for that, which we still do. You know, that's still an ongoing thing that Sadie does every day. But I'm so excited to be here. Like this is where I'm meant to be. And this is, you know, where the Lord has brought me to. So I'm excited.
Congratulations. And I'm so excited to see you get back to Prez and Ambassador.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks. Thanks for having me.
All right, you guys. Oh my gosh. Put a 2 in the chat if you got value out of this tonight. What was something that was an aha moment for you? I took notes and I learned tricks and tips myself from these ladies. And so I'm so thankful for all of you guys for being on. I think tonight we all probably took away that the only thing that's holding us back is ourselves. We are our own worst enemies sometimes. And so just remember, it's not you that's broken. It's your patterns and your habits that are broken. And so we are here where we are today because of our thoughts, which is so important to know, because that means where we're going tomorrow is because of our thoughts. Where we're going is because of our thoughts. Where we are right now is because of our thoughts. And that's enough right there to get me excited, because I know if I continue to grow and just change my mindset by finishing all these books over here, who else buys books and then like is really slow with reading them? Yep, that's me. I'm doing good though. I'm doing better this year. 2 a month. But my point is you can change all of that right now, changing your mindset, changing what you can learn and what you can feel. Like they said, fill your cup up. And it's amazing because once you start doing that, you're also going to be changing not only your team, but you're going to be changing your spouse. You're going to be changing the future for your children. You're going to be changing everything, impacting the people around you, even your coworkers, and you don't even know it. So change you guys. All you have to do is change your thoughts, and your future is going to look a lot different than where it is right now. You have the power. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for hopping on. I appreciate it. Apologize for it going so long, but you know what? It was worth it, right, guys? It was so good. So congrats to you ladies. And I cannot wait to see all the promotions in March. I know it's going to be so much better than February. Bye, guys.